bringing you the latest from Utah State University's Uintah Basin Regional Campus. This is Aggie Update. Now, here's your host, Bob Peterson.
Thanks for joining us today on Aggie Update, and I'm excited about this part of the program where we have the opportunity to talk about some Aggie announcements, if you will. I want to first start talking about our business information meeting that was recently held, where we invited past, present, and even hopefully potential future business students to come into the Bingham building and to meet some representatives from the Huntsman School of Business, our own faculty members that teach in the business arena, and just to visit with our dean and to get excited about business in general. Did you know that our business degrees are probably one of the more popular choices for students as they go to school with us here in the Uintah Basin? So it was a great success, and we look forward to future events like that. May not be in business next time, but we're thinking sciences and maybe in the area of education as well. Also wanted to visit with you a little bit about the past registration numbers that we had recently from fall semester. We have around 600 students, plus or minus, every semester that join us in the Uintah Basin, and that's our adult populations. We also serve a lot of the concurrent education students who are juniors and seniors in high school. But with the enrollments that we had this past fall, it was really alarming to us to see the amount of online students who are participating on classes online, if you will. As you know, at USU, we offer classes on a face-to-face basis over the IVC system, where we go and we watch our professors over a large screen monitor, and we deliver classes from Brigham City, from Moab, from Logan itself, and we also offer the capacity of online courses, and overwhelmingly students are opting for online delivery, which I thought was interesting. Also want to remind you that a couple application deadlines are coming up. Number one, for the nursing applications, those who are wanting to pursue the LPN, that application is coming up rather soon, October 19th. So you want to work with us and the UBATC for more information there. Also, for those who are hoping to join us spring semester, they may have missed fall semester. The admissions deadline is October 1st. That may have passed. You just have to pay a little extra late fee, if you will, another $15. So I believe it's a $55 application fee for the admissions into USU. And we want to see you. We want to see you in spring semester. The Uintah Resident Scholarship every semester, just want to remind those who reside in Uintah County that you have a scholarship offering every semester. And that scholarship deadline for spring is upcoming December 1st. And what an incredible way to get some funding for your schooling. Of course, we have other funding in place with our own USU scholarships that Mr. Josh Hunter heads at USU. Those deadlines are going to be coming up around March or April, and that's for the next fall 2012-2013 year. So a lot of funding opportunities for you if you're thinking about going to school at USU. That's it for the announcements for this week. Joining me this week is Susan Mansfield. She's a current MSW student here at USU and is married to Mark Mansfield. And so we were just talking earlier, all the many brothers and sisters that he has. How many? A family of how many?
7 children. So
coming back to the Uintah Basin, it's probably been very special for you, especially your husband, to be back here.
Oh, it's been wonderful. His mother is still here. He has a sister here and 2 brothers. Another brother out on the Wasatch Front, and so it's been great to be able to be with them all again.
It's coming home.
Yes, we've been gone about 35 years.
So Susan, like I said, is an MSW student, and we'd like to hear a little bit about you and your upbringing. I know you mentioned you're from Brigham City. Let's take it from there and how you ended up in the Uintah Basin with Mark Mansfield.
Well, Mark and I met at the University of Utah. I have to admit, we both graduated from there. But after that, we moved to New Hampshire, where he went to graduate school, then back to Colorado for postgraduate school, and then out to Maryland for finally a real job, then up to Michigan, where we raised our children for 14 years, then to New Jersey. We lived right outside, a very nice little place right outside of Newark, New Jersey, so we had some really interesting experiences there for 11 years. And then he got a call one day saying, "Come to Vernal, work with the for USU at the EDL."
So was that like out of the blue?
Out of the blue, totally.
And so, how did you take that? What was the?
Well, to be quite frank, it had always been an inside joke between Mark and I that the last place on earth I wanted to live was Vernal. But once I got here and got involved with the MSW program at USU, I have found that I'm probably happier here than I've ever been before.
Well, you're well traveled. You've been to a lot of places and following your husband and his career path. So now, as we talk about a non-traditional student, which area you fit into, you know, how was that for you? Now, you know, Mark's been through his schooling. He's got a wonderful job within USU, and so now it's your turn.
Yes, it was my turn.
Now, you graduated from the U, though, with a degree.
I did, in medical technology.
Medical technology.
That's clinical laboratory work.
So for a lot of our viewing audience, you know, a lot of them are like, you know, I don't know if I could come back to school at a later age. How was it?
Oh, it has been the most exciting thing. I'm loving it.
I remember meeting you a year or so ago, and you're in the second year of your 3-year program, right?
Right.
And you know, I felt like I love meeting new students who are the non-traditional age coming back, because they are a little nervous at times and not quite sure if they can do it. But I've seen your confidence just like today. It's like you're loving life, you're loving school. And I think our other, you know, our viewing members who are thinking of maybe possibly coming back, it can be done.
Well, it's one of the best things you could ever do. Yeah, I think it keeps me feeling younger and feeling like I have a sense of purpose in my life. Last summer I did go back to take a composition class that I didn't have to take, because I knew a research composition class, because I didn't know how to do research on the internet, that kind of research. And that really helped me a lot. I loved that. And it has not been difficult. In fact, all of my life experiences, I think, have made it quite a bit easier for me.
What I was going to say, in this MSW program, and let's talk about it for a while. It's led by Dr. Tollefson here, who oversees the program for all of USU. And so you're fortunate to be right amongst him and taught by him in some of the classes. But with that experience that you've had all around the country, that's probably helped out in discussions about people and organizations and a lot of the classes that you've been involved in. Has that experience not helped you quite a bit?
Oh, definitely. When we lived in New Jersey, we went to church in Newark and worked with a congregation there. And they were mostly immigrants from West Africa and the Caribbean nations. And they had a lot of problems. They were wonderful people, and I got very frustrated very often because I just couldn't do what they needed to have done for them. And I was always so grateful when we finally found a social worker who could just take care of things.
So in your decision making to come back to the Uintah Basin and to enter the MSW program, you're going to fulfill that dream of maybe being able to help people.
I am.
And looking ahead, you have a strong interest in working with the older people.
I do.
The older person.
I do. I really do. In fact, it won't be that long until I'm there myself, and so I have sort of a hidden agenda here in that I want Vernal to be exactly what I would like it to be when I'm older. So, and towards that, I'm working down at the Golden Age Center for my field experience this year.
And we're going to talk about this project here in the next segment, but I just think it's incredibly important for people to know how valuable people entering these fields are to all of us, because they do fit the need for many of us as we grow older, and you know, people who are experiencing problems in the early years. Where would we be without this kind of counseling, this kind of assistance that would help us?
Oh yes, social workers have so many areas they can work in. They can work with children, with youth, the juvenile departments, the justice departments, I mean, hospitals, long-term care communities. We can do therapy and counseling.
You can do it all.
Everything, yes.
Well, we welcome you back to the Uintah Basin, and it's amazing how a lot of us who were raised here oftentimes come back. So Mark and I have come back, so to speak. When we come back to the next segment, though, we wish to visit with Susan about what her plans are within this MSW program, what she's trying to help, what age group she's trying to help here in the Uintah Basin. We'll be right back.
USU has given me the opportunity to go back to school. I'm a non-traditional student.
It's just so convenient to have USU Uintah Basin right here in the Vernal area.
Since I started my education here and I'm a teacher at Vernal Middle School, it's helped me jump a couple lanes over and get a higher salary.
How America is struggling right now, if somebody doesn't have a degree, it's going to be harder and harder for you to make it.
but also the training you get from going to school for life is huge.
Welcome back to Aggie Update. We're here with Susan Mansfield, a current MSW student here at USU in the Uintah Basin. And Susan, we're just talking about your interest in the MSW field, and it sounds like the perfect degree for you. Now, you've got this wonderful project you're working on that involves the Golden Age Center, and it's going to be, as we were talking, so instrumental in the use of that facility and to the older adults. So tell us about it. What are we trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, we have something very unique. At the Golden Age Center, we have the brain exercise lab or gym, and where we have computer software set up on, I don't know, maybe 20 computers that are for cognitive training, hoping that it will help us to keep our intellectual functioning as we get older. And this is we're hoping that this will work really well, but you know, scientists are not completely in agreement about whether that's really going to work. And so we have been asked to, Dr. Tollefson and I have been asked to conduct a study to see if it works. And so this is going to be done very scientifically with testing, and there'll be numbers and statistics and all of that. And we're really hoping to get people from 55 years old up. And we hope we can get 100 people at least to do this. This is
ages from 55 and above.
Right. And we feel that the Golden Age Center, well, the Brain Gym was given $1 million gift by Bob Williams. It was a wonderful gift. And if this works, wonderful. We'll just get everyone in Vernal coming over here to do that. Sure. But if it doesn't work, then there are other things that we know we could put our resources towards to help us.
Well, you provided some great talking points about the fact that Utah has some of the highest per capita growth rate in Alzheimer's disease in any place.
It does.
So what a perfect place to study it, right here in Utah, where we see the progression of it maybe increasing.
That's right. Utah is #1 in the nation for the prediction of the growth in Alzheimer's.
So what a great thing to have, and that, that's the incredible thing about having a university in your backyard, because you can tap into these resources with Dr. Tollefson and students to conduct these type of studies. So individuals 55 years and older coming to the Brain Gym probably 3 times a week for how many months?
6 months,
6
because
months.
It takes a long time for that kind of thing to make changes.
And that's quite a commitment, but I guess the payback is you're helping toward a study that might even benefit you in the long run.
Yes, and your children and everyone else. The information that we just need to know, and we would really be pleased if people would just step up and commit to doing that to help us find out.
So Susan, in the closing minute, your efforts are going to be to go out and try to rally up the troops, if you will, these individuals to come in and volunteer their time. And it's not going to start until the first part of the year, right?
That's right.
So we've got some months to try to warm up to a lot of you to say, hey, come on over during the cold times of the year and come work out on the computer, if you will.
One thing we're going to do is have a National Memory Screening Day, which is an initiative by the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. This will be November 15th from 12:30 to 7 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
And people will be given a very short memory screening test, one-on-one, individualized, confidential, and free. And
in preparation.
Okay. Well, we're doing that for everybody, regardless of who participates in this study. But we are hoping that we'll be able to find people who would like to commit to the study at that time.
So, closing seconds, how should they get a hold of you if they're interested right now? If they hear this broadcast, would you suggest them calling you?
Yes. Call me at the Golden Age Center.
At the Golden Age Center, ask for Susan Mansfield.
Yes.
Good. What a great effort to be a part of.
I'm very excited about it.
And
very excited.
For our population here in the Uintah Basin. Hey, that's it for today at Aggie Update. We're excited to have Susan Mansfield join us today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For more information, I'm sure we're going to be posting this information on our website at uintahbasin.usu.edu. That's all for the program today. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Susan Mansfield. I'm an MSW student, and I love being in Aggie.